Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope everybody's well. I'm going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Libra out there, so guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Libra, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Libra? Libra. All right, Libra, you are starting out with the universe in the reverse. We have the Four of Wands reversed, and we have the Novice of Wands. So Libra, there's something that has been cyclical. It's something that has been going around, coming around, going around, coming. You're putting an end to that, but there's still this sense that there's something that's not quite resolved. There's that cycle's not completely closed out, although you do want it to be. Four of Wands in the reverse. I do see an ending of a long-term connection, possibly even a marriage. There's a sense here that there was instability here. If you're ending something long-term, there's still some unfinished business with regard to that. But Novice of Wands is good news. That's bringing in that good news. It's in this deck, it's the Knight. So I do see that there is some good news that's coming in. You could think of this person that you're having this ending with. You could think that this person is a bit of a player. But I do feel like you have some sort of good news coming in. Let me see who is in your energy. Show me who is in Libra's energy. All right, we have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Hermit in the reverse. And the Sun. Interesting. All right, so this is somebody who is not currently, pouring into this connection. I do feel like there's a lack of stability. Something here, there could have been a soul contract that was broken, or perhaps even a physical contract. There's an ending of a contract that's here. This person's not putting any effort into this connection, though. I do feel like there was a break in the communication. They realize this, and they're also realizing why this connection ended. I do feel like you will hear from this person. There's been this gap in the communication. This is indicating you've likely already heard from them. I do see communication here for most of you. And if not, there will be. For some of you, this person could send you an email, or there could be something in text. With the Sun, you could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo. However, with the Sun here, this person is viewing you as happiness. Yeah, they're seeing more clearly, it looks like. I feel like this person, could have been very unstable. It could have been financially related. But with the Hermit here in the reverse, I feel like this person is reaching out to you. And they're doing so from a clearer perspective. Let me see the energy between Libra and this person. Two of Wands reverse. Yeah, one of you went in a different direction. One of you decided it was time to move in a different direction. Or maybe even both of you. But you feel that things are not completely closed out. I don't see them putting effort in right now, though. Let me see. Show me what's affecting this connection. All right, we have the Elder of Pentacles. That's like the King of Pentacles. So finances could definitely be affecting this connection. It can also be a lack of commitment or an ending, the ending itself. Regardless, both of you are feeling a deep sense of loss here. There's definitely a deep sense of loss. Let me see. Show me the outcome for Libra. The Elder of Cups. But it's in the reverse. So that's the King of Cups. What this is telling me is that you both still have feelings for each other, but neither of you are expressing them. You're viewing this person as possibly being a little bit of a player at worst, and at best that they're just somebody who's in and out. It's a cycle that's been going on for a long time. There's no stability here. There's no commitment here. And so you're holding back your emotions and your feelings. Now, in their energy, they know they have feelings for you. They know that. They're very aware of it. In fact, this person, I feel like they love you, but they won't come forward and express it. Yeah, they're very non-committal. Now, if they were in another connection, because sometimes you see that with the King of Cups here, or King of Pentacles here, this person could be in the process of ending something, and this may be what they're gonna come towards you and tell you. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Wands in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and it tells me that this connection is being blocked. Some of you might have this person blocked, but I don't think so, because I do see communication. But there's definitely something blocking this connection. It could be another relationship. It could be, you know, a lack of commitment. It could be a lack of showing emotion. But something is energetically blocking this connection for sure. All right, so let me clarify. Also, you could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Virgo is actually very strong. Let me clarify your reading. What is the universe in reverse? All right, we have the Empress reversed, and we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah, there's been an ending here, but there's some unfinished business. However, that being said, I don't feel like you're nurturing this. You're not pouring into this because you feel like it's not going to grow. Yeah, you feel like it's just not going to grow. So you're not going to, oh, I'm hearing you're not going to cast your pearls to swine, to pigs. Not that this person's a pig, but it's a saying. I think it's a biblical saying. So I also see that after this ending, this could have even caused you to question your value, your self-worth at some point. And I do feel like you don't feel like everything's completely over, but you're recognizing that there's a cycle here. And you've just chosen not to participate in that cycle. Let me see why the 4 of Wands is in reverse. You may also be feeling like this person is, you know, sexually active with others or another person in particular. Yeah, you're not investing in it. 7 of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles in the upright, and the 6 of Swords. Yeah, you're moving forward. You're moving on from a situation. This person could have been in another connection. If so, they're going to be telling you, you know, that they're ending that. I feel like you're not going to invest in anybody who is, you know, invested elsewhere. You're going to move away from that. Now, that being said, your peace is very important to you. So I feel like once this ended, you were like, yeah, I made a bad decision to be involved with this person. It doesn't mean that you don't feel that loss. I definitely feel like you do. But this person could have kept you on like a hamster wheel, kind of just going in circles, and it looks like you finally had enough, and you said, no, I've got to move away from this. This is costing me my peace. So it looks like it was your decision here, Libra. Let me see. Show me the Novice of Wands. The Star card, 7 of Wands reversed, and the 2 of Swords. Yeah. So I do feel like this connection was leaving you feeling powerless. There was a sense of being powerless, but you are healing. You've done a lot of healing here. I do feel that you don't want to argue or fight with this person. If you have conflict with them, you do want to resolve that and heal that. But you've done so much healing. When you decided to move forward, Libra, you really balanced out your feelings and emotions. I see that there is hope now returning to your life. You're moving towards your peace. And this person coming back in, I feel like has caused you to be, you know, like, I don't know what decision to make. And specifically with regard to sharing your feelings and emotions, it's almost like you're at a crossroads here because of this person coming back into your energy. So, you know, do you share your feelings and emotions and it causes conflict, which you're trying to avoid? Or do you keep your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions to yourself? And that's the decision you're trying to make. Let me look at their energy, Libra. Why is the Three of Pentacles in reverse for the person in Libra's energy? All right, we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Fool. Ooh, so this person has been very sad, maybe even depressed since the ending of the connection between the two of you. They definitely want a new beginning, but they're questioning whether or not you still have feelings or emotions for them. They're looking at the past, and I feel like, you know, they're feeling very unloved here. If they are in another connection, that connection might be ending. They might be in the process of ending that connection. And if not, they know that they need to if they're going to have a new beginning with you. And they do want this new beginning with you. Let me see the Hermit. Why is the Hermit in reverse? This person may have ghosted you at some point, because I definitely see a ghosting energy. Eight of Cups reversed and the Four of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this person's in another connection, possibly even married. If not in a long-term, they're in a long-term connection. But they're coming back towards you because they miss talking to you. And I do feel like they are in the process of trying to end something, or at least know that they need to. They could be, you know, coming back to see, you know, is Libra still available? So let me see the Sun. They're definitely coming back towards you. And I feel like this person ghosted you or walked away from the connection. They were definitely very non-committal, but they didn't expect to miss you the way that they do. Let me see the Sun. Three of Coins, Page of Wands reversed. So yeah, this person knows that as long as they're in this solid foundation that they're in, a contract of some sort, they know that you're not going to entertain them. You're not going to start something new with them. And they're also wondering if there's somebody new in your energy, Libra. They're hoping that there's not, because they see you as being their happiness. So they want to get the clarification. Does Libra have someone new? And if so, is Libra willing to leave that person to come to me? You know, they also have that clarity that you'll have no new beginning with them as long as they're in another connection, because it does look like that's the problem. That's what you moved away from. Show me the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I really feel like, Libra, you moved away from this person because they weren't nurturing the connection. They had somebody else. They had another connection. And they moved away from this, not understanding that once they did that, they were going to miss you so terribly. Four of Cups, Page of Cups reversed. So the energy between the two of you, just like I said, you felt disrespected. You felt that everything you were giving to this connection was just basically being missed. They couldn't even see it. For some of you, you may have even felt this person was just in it for the sexual gratification. So you're looking at all of that. And I feel like you decided that you were going to move in another direction because you didn't want to be disrespected. You didn't want to be constantly pouring love into someone who couldn't even acknowledge it. Yeah. So in their energy, this person also had moved in another direction, but whatever they moved towards is failing. So if it was someone new or an existing connection, it wound up failing. It's definitely failing. And now they don't even know if you're if you would even entertain the idea of a new beginning with them. So I almost feel like they don't want to let go of what they have, even though they're unhappy in it, unless they know that they can have something with you. And that's entirely inappropriate. It's almost like this person is using another connection or a marriage as a backup, even though they're not happy in it. And that's not cool. All right, let me see. Show me why the King of Pentacles is in reverse. All right. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. And we have the Strength card in reverse. Yeah, your feelings are dimming for this person because you're starting to look at them differently. You're not viewing them the way you used to. So I feel like you feel that this person needs to work on themselves, that there's a lot that they need to deal with, and you just grew tired of waiting for this person to do the right thing. You don't trust now, and I do see that there's a deep sense of loss, but you feel like this person was committed to someone else or something else, but not committed to this connection. And like I said, there was no stability. You felt like that you were on this hamster wheel, that this just kept going around and around and around. And I feel like you just don't trust this person to do the right thing. And you're tired. I see this energy of you feeling exhausted from this situation. Now in their energy, they're realizing that this has gone on for a long time. This is somebody who definitely does have trust issues. I feel like this person ghosted you, walked away from the connection, and either walked towards an existing connection or someone new, but more likely an existing connection. And now they're coming back after they betrayed you. And don't think for one second that they don't know that you viewed this as a betrayal. And I don't blame you. They want to come back and try to repair the damage. They want to try to work things out with you and overcome it. So let me see your outcome. But this is somebody who doesn't, they want to take the risk, but at the same time, they keep backup plans, you know? All right, so we have the Hangman in reverse. We have the Six of Wands, and we have the Emperor. Some of you could be dealing with a twin flame or a deep soulmate connection. In the past, you definitely were not on the same, you know, on the same page for sure. And you don't feel like you are even now. So I do feel like this person is going to come back in. They're going to try to repair this. They're going to try to work this out with you. They're hoping you're not with someone else. They're literally going to be the one to take charge of this situation. That being said, I do still see the Four of Wands in the upright. The Emperor is typically somebody who is married or in a connection. So I do feel that this person, it's almost like they keep somebody in their back pocket here. And you're trying to make a decision about this situation that's going to bring success to the situation. So I feel like neither of you are showing your cards right now. You're both keeping your emotions kind of to yourselves. And I can understand, Libra, extremely so why you would do so, because this person, they know they betrayed you. It was painful. This was an extremely painful ending, and I feel like they walked away, they blocked you possibly. I feel like you just want to be successful, you want to be happy, you've done a lot of healing, and this person coming back in has kind of put you at that crossroads. You're trying to determine, is this going to be the same as it was in the past? Are they going to try to put you back on that hamster wheel, or is it going to actually work out and be successful? And ultimately, you don't want to fight with this person, but I feel like you might be holding a lot back, you know, in order to not have conflict. And I do feel like you're trying to look at things from a different perspective. They definitely are looking at things from a different perspective. So I do feel like they know the damage that they caused here. So, but who knows if they're actually working on it, you know? Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And that's what's trying to come in, is this Ace of Cups going into the upright. It's being blocked, and it could be blocked because Spirit is keeping this person out of your energy until they actually do, you know, do the right thing. So there's definitely a new beginning here that is being blocked with this person, though. All right, so let's pull an oracle card and see if there's any further advice. Okay, Libra, you have Wishing Well. It's number 48. Now, it's in the reverse, and we do read reversals in this particular deck. So give me just a second, and I will read that. So this is all about, it says, desire is a sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Now, in the reversal, it says, this is not the time to force anything to happen in your life, especially whatever seems to be eluding you. You can't demand that the universe provides you with what you want. Unmet desires can burst into a destructive fire of obsession. Step back, breathe, and take your attention away from what you want. Ask instead for what you need. Only the unseen knows how to align desire, inspiration, and its manifest form. As the coin disappears into the mystery of the dark pool at the bottom of the well, have faith. Don't engage in wishful thinking. You must co-create with Spirit, not make demands. You may yet get what you want. Never forget that life is filled with choices. Make a wish, but be open to the enchanted way in which Spirit fulfills your desire. All right, so don't push this, you know. I feel like you're being very patient. It's difficult, though, I can see, and you're kind of at a crossroads right now. So don't try to force the situation. Just let it evolve. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Libra. If you have resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in the next reading, Libra, know that you are loved. And namaste.